Welcome back to Trading the Market. Today we're exploring one of my favourite strategies called the upside down taxi. The idea behind this strategy is to take advantage of specific conditions in football matches, especially focusing on the overs market in the second half. Before we jump into the details, I want to remind you that all the calculations presented in this video are based on back-tested averages. They're not guaranteed outcomes, but provide a great outline for how you can execute this strategy. The core of the upside down strategy revolves around laying the overs market 3 goals above the current scoreline at half time. So if a match is 1-1 at half time, we'll be laying the over 4.5 goals market. If a match is 2-2 at half time, we'll be laying the over 6.5 market, and so on. The trade is for 10 minutes of the second half, starting in the 46th minute and ends in the 55th minute. Providing there are no goals in this time, we should be looking at a return of 35% from our entered stake. So if we are laying with a £10 lay stake, this would return £3.50. If we were to lay with a £100 stake, this would return on average £35. If a goal is scored within the 10-minute window, you must have the discipline to trade out immediately for a loss, and not let the trade run at the risk of more goals being scored and incurring heavier losses. An average loss will incur a deficit between 20 to 30% of your total liability, as you will see shortly. This strategy works by betting against a large number of goals being scored in the second half. To make the strategy more powerful, we'll use Sports IQ to filter the right matches where the likelihood of multiple second half goals is low. We set the filters to focus on games where teams have played at least 8 matches, and we look for games with a low percentage of goals being scored between the 46th and the 55th minutes. Here are the filters, and as always I will place the import code within the video description for you to copy and paste into your own Sports IQ accounts. First up we have GP, games played, set to over 8. Then we have timings 5 minutes to check between the 46th minute and the 50th minute, and this is set to less than 5%. Then we have another filter for timings 5 minutes to check between the 51st minute and the 55th minute, and this is also set to less than 5%. And finally we have form, goal sense, and the average goal sense in games set to less than 70%. Once the filters are set, below you will get a refined list of matches with their respective filter results on the right hand side, and these are ideal for trading. These filters help us to reduce risk and increase the chances of a successful trade. Now before jumping into the back testing, I want to quickly head over to the football simulator and show you the trade in action. Now bear in mind, the matches on the sim are not filtered selections. I am just picking matches at random to show you the profit and losses of the average trade and what you can expect. So first up we have a match between Copenhagen and Silkeborg. It's 0-0 at half time and the odds are 4.3 to lay. I will stick a lay of £100 in and push the timer forward. After 10 minutes there's been no goals and we receive a profit of £36.76. Bloody boom. Next we have Liverpool vs Southampton. Again 0-0 at half time. Throw another lay of £100 in, we'll push the timer forward 10 minutes and we have a goal straight away, and we'll have to trade out for a loss of £95 from our £290 liability. We'll quickly jump through 8 more sims, then you get the feel for the strategy and profit and losses. So as you can see, over the 10 sims, I have shown on average you will make a 35% return on your £100 stake and a 20 to 30% loss on your total liability. It's a very simple strategy when you follow the rules and only trade the selections on offer from the filters. That being said, we can head over to the backtest page. The backtest for the upside down taxi strategy was conducted across a substantial sample size of 61,336 matches, with 3,827 of those filtered down based on our specific criteria using Sports IQ. These filters focused on games with at least 8 matches played by the teams and examined the period between the 46th and the 55th minutes of the second half, where the likelihood of multiple goals was minimised and looking for games where under 0.5 goals were scored within that period. This meticulous filtering allowed us to isolate favourable conditions where laying the overs market would offer a strategic advantage. From the backtest, we observed a success rate of 78.1%, meaning that in 2,989 of the 3,827 trades, no goals were scored in the first 10 minutes of the half and fewer than 3 goals were scored in the second half, confirming the profitability of the strategy. On the other hand, there was a failure rate of 21.9% where goals were scored, leading to losses. This backtest provided a strong basis for calculating potential profits, losses and ROI at different odds scenarios, ranging from 2.5 to 4.5, which I will get stuck into now. So let's play a game of what if. Let's take some average odds and see how this strategy plays out with real stakes and liabilities. So let's start with a scenario where we lay at odds of 2.5. In this case, the liability for a £100 stake is £150. Here's how the maths breaks down. Based on backtested data, if we place 3,827 trades, with 2,989 of them being successful, the total profit from those successes would be £104,615. On the flip side, with 838 failed trades, the total loss would be £31,425. This gives us a net profit of £73,190, and with the total liability of £125,700, our return on investment, our ROI, is 58.22%. Now let's move on to laying at odds of 3.5. Here the liability increases to £250 for a £100 stake, and the risk is a bit higher, but the rewards can still be significant. Again, with the same number of trades, our total profit from 2,989 successful trades is still £104,615. The total loss from the 838 failed trades increases to £52,375. This gives us a net profit of £52,240, and with a total liability of £209,500, our return on investment drops to 24.94%. So finally, let's consider the worst case scenario, laying at odds of 4.5. With a £100 stake, the liability jumps to £350. So this is where we're taking on the most risk. However, it's essential to understand this as the upper limit of what you may face. So after the same 3,827 trades, our total profit from successful trades remains £104,615, while the total loss from the 838 failed trades increases to £73,325. This gives us a net profit of £31,290, and with a total liability of £293,300, our ROI comes out at 10.67%. As you can see, even in the worst case scenario, we still manage a positive return, though it's much lower due to the higher liability. So there you have it, the upside down taxi strategy works by laying the overs market 3 goals above the current scoreline at half time. Whether you're laying at odds of 2.5, 3.5 or 4.5, the strategy holds up well. But as with all trading, the key lies in discipline, selecting the right matches and managing your risk. Remember, these calculations are based on averages and real life results will vary, but they provide a strong foundation for understanding the potential outcomes of this strategy. The ROI figures are meant to guide you, helping you balance risk and reward depending on the odds you're trading at. Remember, using Sports IQ will help you to filter and find the best opportunities and trades. The rest is entirely up to you, and as always, stay disciplined within your trading. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more insights into football trading. Now all that's left to say is, I've been James, This has been the Upside Down Taxi, and we are all trading the market. Until next time, happy trading.